Hey, Richie Belgian Broadheads bow video. Some of the biggest question I get all the time about my bow videos is, what bow should I buy? I'm a new to hunting, archery, 3D. What should I get? What type of bow? Well, I'm not one to tell you what brand. Mathews, Hoyt, Martin. There's so many brands of bows out there. That's up to you. I'm not one of those guys. I shoot a Mathews right now, but I shot a Mathews for a long time actually. But I'm not an all Mathews guy. There's tons of. I like the Hoyts. I like a lot of brands. So PSE makes great bows. I mean, there's so many brands out there. Bear. I mean, Martin. It's so many. So that's up to you. So, but there are some tips when you're buying your first bow that I want to really help you guys out with. Get fitted for your bow. I can't stress that enough. You just can't buy a bow. You have to know your draw length. Okay, that's very important. Go to a bow shop or anywhere if you can in your area and get fitted. And the next thing is poundage. And believe it or not, I did a video on speed, and it created a lot of comments, which is good. People have different opinions about that. But the biggest complaint I get for guys who when they buy their first bow, I swear, is, I just bought this bow, something's wrong, I can't pull it back. They think there's some type of locking mechanism on it, and people have PN'd me, and I said, I think you just have too much bow. What that means is, it's just too much poundage for you. I mean, it takes, this is years of pulling back, and you build up these muscles, and there's a lot of it's some type of technique. But poundage is very critical. Most guys, when they buy their first bow, it's too much for them. And hopefully, over training and, getting used to drawing and everything, you build up that muscle memory and you build up that type of strength to be able to pull it back. But most guys, poundage is a big thing for them, and they buy too much bow. I have at least 6 people who PN me in the last 2 years. I can't pull this bow back. I said, I think it's too heavy. Back the limbs off. I actually told them how to back the limb, and that was 99% of the times that was the problem. So people think, they see these guys, oh, I pull 65 and this, and they're not all big muscular guys, but it's just because they've been doing it for so long too. I say anywhere from 50 to 60 is more than enough for an average male, and female, 30 to 40 is more than enough. And I'm saying females can't pull 40, 50, 50, 60. Yes, they can, but I'm just saying, but these are people who've been shooting a long time. So poundage is very critical. Okay? What else? Brace height. Brace height is something a lot of people don't know what it is or get confused with it. But basically, brace height, the faster the bow, the lower the brace height. Basically, it's like a 6-inch, 6.5 inch. Anything below like 6 3/4 is for more of the speed bows. Anything like a 7 or 6 3/4, 7, even some of them I have more now, are more of a forgiving bow. So I would recommend getting a 7-inch on average brace height. And bow length, axle to axle. How long is your bow? Shorter bows, people have a tendency to torque them a little bit more. When I mean shorter bows, they say 29 inches, 30 inches. I would stick with a bow around 32 inches, or higher. It depends on your body, of course, but those are good bows to start out with. Let's see. Setup. Should I buy a complete setup, or should I buy a bow and add my own? That's up to you. A lot of it has to do with finances. There's nothing wrong with a complete setup bows. I mean, that's how I started. My first compound bow was a complete setup, and it did the job, no problems. So that's a matter of choice. Now people always ask me again, what's great beginner's bows? What's a good beginner's bow? How much should I spend on a beginner's bow? 500 is good. You can go a little bit higher. That's up to you. Finances again, and that's about the average for a good starter bow. All right, bows I recommend to people are whatever fits you perfect. I think Martin makes great beginner bows. I like the Mission bow. It's really good. It's really adjustable. I recommend that all the time to people. People always ask me, well, give me one bow. I always say the Mission, because you can really adjust it as you get better, as you get into it. The draw lengths, and it really and the poundage, you can really, has a lot of adjustments in it. So that's a good beginner's bow. Again, there's so many brands now. The great thing now in these days, bow hunting, you have a lot of options. One thing I discourage is buying bows online. All right, if you're not fitted for a bow and you're not sure how it shoots, do not buy your first bow online. There are some great deals online. I see them all the time. That's good for your second bow or your third bow if you want to buy a used bow. I mean, used bows are good, but I would buy it from somebody who's been hunting at your local archery store who wants to buy another bow and get rid of his other bow. Shoot it, okay? Buying used bows online can be tricky, you know. Cracked limbs, stuff like that. Got to replace the strings, blah blah blah. So that's one thing I would stay away from your first bow. The biggest thing I emphasize: get fitted for your bow. Try to shoot it if you can, and that's your best option in my opinion. Okay, again, and one thing you do, and I'm gonna do a series of videos following this, is terminology, bow terminology. What I mean by that is it can be a little confusing when you go buy your first bow. You guys hear well, it's 60-70% let off, adjustments, this type of cam, and most people, I see it in their face when they go to buy their first bow. They're like lost, like deer in the headlights. They're like, what's this guy talking about? So I will do a series on all the terminology that we use in the archery world, hunting world, that, you know, when you're buying your first bow, that you should know. So do your homework, get somebody who can mentor you if you're young, or I helped a lot of guys even older than me who said, you know, I think I want to get into bow hunting. I hear you're a big bow hunter. You mind if you help me get into it? Sure, no problem. I do that all the time. I take them to the archery store. I go over the pros and cons of each bow, how to like this, how to like that. So that's one thing. Like I said, I'm buying your first bow. Bows are very personal. You know, it's what fits you best. I'm not the type of guy to tell you to buy one specific brand or this or that. It's what fits you best in your hand, what fits you best financially. Those are the biggest things, you know. So buying your first bow, if you guys have any questions or anything, just leave comments. I respond to everybody. You know, I don't think I ever not responded. Sometimes I have trouble responding to a Google link. I don't know why, but buying your first bow, guys, it's a matter of what fits you best. And the great thing about the world of archery today, there's a lot of options. So, but the biggest thing, get fitted. Okay, know your draw length. That's critical. And poundage. Make sure you're able to pull that bow back comfortably. And that's it. Richie Builds and Broadheads. Quick little tips on buying your first bow. I know I did a video when I first started. I don't think I covered enough information. And I'll probably do another one in the future regarding this subject, because it's a very important subject. You know, when buying your bow, or your first firearm for that matter, you want it to be enjoyable. You don't want to say, oh, this thing's so hard to draw back, or I can't shoot this great, you know. So I want people to enjoy it. That's, you know, to feel comfortable with their bow. You know, I mean, when I pick up my bow, it just feels natural, like picking up a cup of Dunkin' in the mornings. It feels good. It's a natural feeling. So Richie, Bullets and Broadheads, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take